We're it.
Oh,
We're off.
Hello there. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very, very welcome. You can see two of the good-looking fellas on the, what is that, the left-hand side of the screen as I'm looking out?
Well, yeah, well, could be. But you never knew your left from your right to start with.
Not at all. No, you didn't need to in the Navy. Just go around in circles.
Port and starboard, officer. Port and starboard.
So we have two fabulous guests tonight. We have Jesse and we have Randy, who have their own channel that is called
the SHTF, whatever, something. Jesse, what's it called?
The SHTF Apocalyptic Invasion EDC show.
You see, that people is why I don't remember it, but honest to God, it is memorable. If for no reason, then these
well,
two.
Okay, the name is long and you're short, so I understand.
Exactly. If you stood the name on its side, it would probably be taller than I am. Huh? What can I tell you? But gentlemen, you are very, very welcome here tonight. And we already have a whole bunch.
Do you want to give them a shout out first?
Oh, we'll
give them or leave it for a bit.
No, we'll give it to people in the show because
we've
already got 26 in. So we've got Will Wilson, we've got Pens and Blades in, James Alton, Sean, of course, is in, Pepper Dingo's in, Nigel Loftus is in. I don't know how Randy's in the chat and also on multitasking again, Randy.
Bloody show off. Yes. I can't even do it on here.
Jason Glover, Tom Hall, and we have got Tony's Ponies, Thrifty Kniffy. Oh, TK's in as well. So we've got a number, and Ghost Malone's in, Covered in Bees, who's there are ladies in the club tonight. So
yes,
although Covered in Bees is one of us.
Restrain yourself, Jud.
In the Discord.
Yeah. I've heard of her, but she's not subbed to my channel, I don't think.
Oh, I know.
Bees,
get subbed. Elan's in. We're all in trouble now. Elan's here. The old lobster himself.
I'm in love with Elan now. I've got a bit of a man crush on him.
Well, let's face it, he does look like. I mean, we shall be calling him Elando from now on.
Elando, yes, we call him Elando.
Honest to God, he's like the movie star of the knife community. Elando, it's unbelievable. But he'll never appear on another show again.
He will. He's coming on here.
Oh, he better be. After turning us down for playing hard to get first time.
See?
And then going on NBC.
Just shows you it doesn't matter how long you're around. If people don't respect you, they don't respect you.
Well, we can give him what for when it comes on. We've got Donnie in from Jack Wolf Knives. Donnie, very welcome. Will Wilson's in. And any number of other people, and we'll all come back to you. So, very welcome to the show tonight, folks. And we're going to do, first of all, is for those of you who have lived in the far corners of a jungle yet to be discovered by the British paratroopers, Randy and Jesse both have their own channels, and I want you to go and sub to them. My man that does that sort of thing will put a link.
That's the chap. He'll put a link up, and then he'll put a link up also for their joint channel they do together. So there are rivals. That's what I've called them in the description. There are rivals for the knife community audience, and very friendly rivals, I'll have to say. But we'll start off. Randy, you're on the top.
I just want to say,
go ahead.
I just want to say that this is one of the things that I wanted to check off my bucket list, was doing a live with you guys.
It will not be as good as you think it
was. Yeah, we try to manage everybody's expectations well and truly. Here we go. Randy, tell us about it.
Well, I started making videos probably like, my first one is probably 11 years ago, but I really started doing a lot of prepping stuff about 8 years ago, I think. And I was doing pretty steady for a while, but between work and school, I just kind of dropped out of doing that. And then I decided to come back, and then I discovered Paddy's channel.
And that put you off completely?
Yeah.
All downhill.
This is one of them stories where the music comes in the background all sad. I started normal and mentally deteriorated.
No, but I really enjoyed how you just the way you talked about knives. You made it enjoyable, and I had some knives, so I started joining in on some of the tags, and it just took off from there. And I almost only do knives now.
Yeah. And you did a really good job of it, because it was a complete transformation for you. So I mean, you didn't just, like a lot of people come into YouTube, and so there's an awful lot of expectation when you come on YouTube. People expect you to be sort of polished and shiny, you know, like Metal Complex. I've never been like that. There's no need to be like that. I mean, you just come on, and then people naturally gravitate to your personality, and you've got a great selection of people now that subscribe to you.
Subs, yeah. And I still bump the camera. I mean, intro most times I don't. But yeah, the people that sub to my channel and the friends on Discord, just fantastic people.
Yeah.
I've never gotten so many gifts of anything, but
Yeah.
I've so many knives as gifts.
It's completely humbling, isn't it?
And then I'm getting like such a great Sheffield knife collection.
Yeah.
So meeting new people is awesome. Meeting a lot of friends, and I'm just having a blast right now.
Do you have any different direction for your channel, or just keep going whatever you find, whatever? I mean, yours is a bit like mine. It's haphazard, whatever finds or comes.
Well, see, yeah, I want it. I like slip joints the most, so it's going to be mostly slip joints. But I'm going to do fixed blades. I'm going to do, modern folders. But I'm also going to start doing some more prepping stuff, EDC stuff, I think. But it's going to be like 90% knives. And,
yeah.
I still need to do some coin videos. I did a few.
Yeah, I was watching those, Randy. Actually, where did the interest in the ancient coins come in? Where did that come from?
Well, ever since I like my dad was a coin collector and my grandpa was, so I always had a few coins, and mostly just like stuff you could get at the bank, like the large Eisenhower dollars and stuff. And then in the 90s, I think about 93 or 94, I started going to the coin shop, and they had this a consignment board, and some guy he probably had about 10 Roman coins on there, and I just bought a couple because they were like $10, and it kind of blew up from there. And I was probably collecting it for like 10-15 years, like, and I got seriously into it to where my coins were getting published, and
wow,
it kind of blew. I'm probably at least this is my mentor. His name is Doug Smith. He has a coin site. I'll shout him out in one of my coin videos, but he thinks I'm like an expert in this, and one particular type of coin is the Fallen Horseman coins, and they're really popular, and really they minted them by the millions and millions. So, but many different varieties of them, and it was just that you get that minutia. I was picking up little details. I discovered stuff that people didn't know about in the shield patterns or something,
But it's amazing the alleys that an interest like that and like this will drag you down, Randy, isn't it?
I've always collected stuff. Like I have fossils, rocks, comic books. But it was like coins. It was really like a dedicated one to me that I haven't done for a while because the prices went all crazy.
Yeah.
And,
is there money to be made at that sort of a hobby?
Yes and no. If like all my coins were like $10, $20 coins early on, sell those, you take a loss. But I've gotten coins that for like when you find a knife like at the thrift shop for $5.
Yeah.
I've gotten deals like that in coins all the time.
You have found more knives than anybody I know.
This is what I wanted to
absolutely. And some of them have been, they're not just been like sort of rubbish things.
Yeah.
They've been absolutely beautiful knives.
So what's the secret? I mean, what yeah.
Well, so you got to find thrift shops that have knives, because not all of them will sell them.
Yeah.
They're open of the week. So every Thursday I was going to the thrift shop down the street, and that's where I found that Benchmade. Where's it at? I got a Benchmade for $4.
If only. No, that doesn't sound like Benchmade's usual pricing strategy. Let's say this.
But and then thrift stores, antique shops, it just depends on which one I go to. The one down the street, I get great deals on Swiss Army knives.
Yeah.
I got Outdoorsman for $15. I got
Excellent.
bucks.
Sorry, say that again.
I got the astronaut. I got that one
Yeah.
for great.
For what? How much?
Yes, he does show that often on our channel. I have to say, he does get that astronaut out and shows it off with pride.
It's an awesome one though. But he gave me a really killer knife too, so I had to give him something for that custom he gave me.
And I will always be grateful for it, Randy. I will always be grateful for it.
Well, I'm glad the right place though. But yes, I just
It definitely is. Yeah. You were quite right. Never to send it to Slippy. Yeah, definitely.
but
So
uh-oh.
the future of the channel, then, Randy, it's more just more of the same, and
Yeah.
hopefully better finds like we're all looking for.
Well, I haven't been bought as much. It just depends on if I get more, would I get money? So
Yeah. But I think there's more and more of us sort of pulling the belt in a bit tighter this weather. I know I am. I know this is going to sound sort of. I'm trying to save up my money and buy a higher standard of knife because, I can buy 10 sort of, budget knives for the price of one really good one, but I'll never keep the budget. They'll always get sold on, and you always take a bath with them over here, especially. It's not so bad. Knives tend to hold their prices a bit more over in the US than they do over here.
Yeah.
No matter what you buy here, if it's secondhand, it will not be sold above its price unless it's an ultra high value dollar.
I'd like to trade up too.
Yeah.
But,
I sold most of my collection because I had just I started like yourself. It was all budget knives, nearly is all I had, and
it's hard to, like a Rough Rider. They're awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same, Randy. I still have a drawer full of Rough Riders that I'll not let go of because that was how I started.
But now I'm kind of upgrading to the $35 range.
Yeah. It looks a nice knife.
It's awesome. It's a USA made knife for $35.
Yeah. Couldn't beat it. And they say it can't be done.
And it's a 1095, so it's high carbon steel.
It's
That's
they say it can't be done.
I know. I mean, it is an awesome one. It absolutely is. But the other side, what have you got there? Go.
I'm gonna say that's way better, I think, than even the Sodbuster. I think is it's a good knife, but that one's I think that will outperform it.
Yeah. And the D, and is that in the D2?
No, I had one in carbon steel, but it was a yellow Delrin I don't like. So I steel.
Yeah, no, that's a nice looking Sodbuster, actually.
Well, that's for everybody. That's Randy. That's the first of our guests, and we move over to Jesse now and give him his 10 minutes in the spotlight.
In the sun. But before we do, we have got a couple of comments that you might want to wreak revenge for. Let's see, where are we?
Don't you bloody encourage them. This is not after hours.
Don't you worry.
I've seen these boys in after hours.
It all has to be PG. Paddy's grandparents or grandparents.
Good God,
grandkids are watching.
Yeah.
But
the grandparents are rotting in the corner.
That old troublemaker Jesse in the corner. It's like Psycho's house here. That old troublemaker TK is, of course, casting aspersions upon your bucket list, saying that breathing, sleeping, and eating are also on it. I think, I do have to agree with that. I have to say, it's on my bucket list.
TK's just mad because I steal his thunder.
Oh well, it's never that hard, Jesse. Come on. I mean, he walks.
You're not lying.
He's a quiet Texan. But Jesse, please take the stage there. Tell us about your channel and how you got started and whatnot.
So, I've been into knives since I was a kid. I collected off and on throughout the years, and then I got into military knives. But then I started hanging out with Big J because he just lives right across town from me. So he kind of got me into slip joints. I was never a big slip joint fan. I was always into lockbacks and moderns, but he got me into slip joints. So once I started collecting and started showing him what I already had in my collection, like the military stuff and a lot of the K-bars and things like that, he kept telling me, brother, you got to get on YouTube. You got to start showing off your collection. So I started off right around Thanksgiving. I did a short carving my turkey with my hatchet that I actually got the head from Big J and got the handle from a guy in Canada because it's a Canadian hatchet, custom made with laminated palm swells. And then I had SD Leatherworks, which is Big J's wife, make the sheath for it. But that was my first video. I sliced my turkey with that, carved my turkey with that. And then from there, just took off. I started doing mostly shorts in the beginning of my military knives and bayonets and things like that. And then I progressed onward to showing my actual knives that I carried every day. And then I got the idea one day that I wanted to do, I've been watching Big J's lives, him and Boston Blade reviews were doing. And then I was watching RJ's live, watching you guys, watching Slippy and Thrifty. And I come up with the idea one day that I wanted to do my own, but I didn't want to just do a knife live. So I was like, well, who do I talk to? Because I don't want to do this alone. Like, I want somebody that already has some kind of credibility in the community, that's established themselves. So I hit up Randy. I was like, hey, have you been watching this SHTF Apocalyptic Invasion EDC show on YouTube where they talk about survival gear and EDC? And he's like, no, where do I find that? I said, you're not going to find it because it hasn't started yet, but I need somebody to help you do it. And I honestly expected him to say no because he was already moderating most of the live shows. But surprisingly, he's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, okay. So we did it. We put it together. We thought about what we wanted to do. In our first show, we wanted to do like a meet and greet, just him and I, so that everybody could get to know us. And then we decided we were going to do a show, with one certain general direction each episode. And so
there is a good bit of variety over them as well, because you show a good range of stuff right across the board. So it always is interesting. The trouble with it, Jesse, is it's at the wrong bloody time. I mean, it comes on directly after us. I'm already in bed.
Okay, Judd, let me just say this. If I weren't on vacation right now, I'd be at work.
All right, fair enough.
And Randy would just be waking up because it's like 4:30 a.m. Arizona time right now. Because they don't have a time, they're not on the same time as anybody.
I suppose first world problem.
We live 10 minutes apart, and I think there's about 3 time zones before he gets to my house because he's never on second time.
I'm on my time.
Yeah.
You have West Coast time, East Coast time, Central time. There's wee Judd time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have weird Arizona Randy time too.
Yeah, I can well believe it.
It's funny.
By the way, Randy, you might want to be careful talking about your coins to Judd. He is a leprechaun.
Yes. It's a good point.
Yeah, he hasn't got a pot to piss in.
Yeah. That's because I lent it to you.
But there's, when I love speaking about people when they get, and they're sort of maybe from different walks of life, or that collect different things, that they come together in a YouTube, panel, and all of a sudden they click together, and there's something between the two of them. Did you two find that you clicked right from the word go, even before the show started?
No. No, actually, Randy and I, because I made friends with him on Instagram, and then we started, he gave me his phone number. We started texting and calling and whatnot, and then Facebook friends. But we've the live was just natural. Randy was one of the people at the top of my list that I wanted to do it with, and I honestly thought he was going to tell me no. He's going to be like, no, I already moderate all these other lives. I'm not going live. What are you talking about? But I was really, really glad. I was really, really.
You know what I mean? He's a troublemaker, Jesse.
Oh, I know he is, but I knew, there was a very short list of people that I wanted, that I would have been willing to do the show live with, and I wouldn't have done it by myself. Like, I would have had to have had somebody, like you guys, like TK and Slippy, like Big J and Boston. Like, I wasn't doing this by myself. I knew I was going to have somebody, to kind of be my foil, I guess you could say. And the list was very short of people that I was willing to do it with. And most of them were already doing lives. So I was like, okay, well, let's hope Randy definitely says yes, because there ain't nobody else out there that I would have felt comfortable going live with.
He is a man in demand, though. I mean, and the other thing he's in demand for, and we're going to be coming back to it in a sec, is his leather work at the minute, because he's really pushing the boundaries.
His leather work. You can watch each month how much it's improved from the last month.
Yep.
Oh, hang on a second, he can hear us. Hang on, Jesse. sorry. back to you. But I mean, a similar question to what we were asking Randy about the coins is, I mean, another big facet of your collecting is your Militaria, and I mean, an awful lot of what you do is an explanation and a research into the items that you're actually collecting. Now, what if you could pick one thing, and it is fit for consumption here? You know what I mean, Jesse? What would be your favorite piece of the Militaria that you own? Is it some of the stuff that's framed behind you, or is it, not to put you on the spot or anything?
Oh, this one. This is a Vietnam era Camillus paratrooper rescue knife.
Fantastic.
And it is an auto, but it's there we go. It's kind of temperamental because it's so old, but and then it's got the cutaway for, you know, like if they get stuck in a tree, they can just But it would definitely be this one or this one, which is a World War II. It's called the M2. It's an automatic paratrooper rescue knife, but it's got a little bit of wear and tear on it. This is a Charade Presto. Those are probably my two favorites. But I have been getting, There
must be a story behind them. What's the reason? Why your favorite? Why those two?
Because they're autos.
And is that it? Just because they're autos? It's
you need to pick something like that up. That one you just held up. What sort of price range is that going for over there in the States?
About $200 to $250.
Wow.
Whoa!
I mean,
the history of it is just worth that.
Absolutely.
But it is. I didn't expect it to be that much. But
these are about $150
because they're obviously collectible, very collectible.
Yes, but I've been here lately. I've been really trying to get a hold of these, and these are, well, this one's Australian. I do have a British one on the way. This is a World War II sailor's knife, naval sailor's knife. Big fan of these Marlin spike knives from World War II. Yeah, you could I'll give you my address after we go off the air. You can just send that to me.
Absolutely, not a problem. I genuinely don't need it. It's got all the stamping marks on it, but I don't think it was a lot of these were made and they were made to look like but this is a really good. It's got the proper stamps on it, if you can see there.
Hold on.
Does it have the crow's foot?
Sorry?
Does it have the crow's foot, British military proof of acceptance stamp?
Let's see. Can you see it in there anywhere? Don't know.
Oh, yes, it's got the crow's feet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This has got, I was holding it up there. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, if you want it, you can certainly have it. I'll send that off to you.
Okay.
I appreciate
that. You should feel the weight of it. Well, Jesse, you've got one. The weight of this thing, he's going to need to put it in its own cargo container. They're mad.
Yeah, they're heavy. They're heavy. This one is Australian. It's a Whittingslow from 1943, I believe.
Oh, this one isn't. This is brand spanking new from the shop.
But there's the maker's mark. I got it upside down. There's the maker's mark on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And again, where do you, I mean, if Randy's going to thrift stores and antique stores, where do you get these?
Usually flea markets. I picked this one up. So funny story. And I've got another story similar, which I'll go off camera and grab it here shortly. I go to this flea market that I just went to this past weekend called the Third Sunday Flea Market. It's up north in Bloomington, Illinois, and they have it the third Sunday of every month from May to October. 450 vendors. It's at the fairgrounds, so there's like 4 pavilions and 2 buildings just full of people selling crafts and antiques. So the first year I went, a lady had this for $25, which is super cheap. So I picked it up and I looked at it and I wasn't sure at first what it was because I hadn't really started learning about these yet. But what I recognized was the British crow's foot, the British proof of military acceptance stamp, which is what the crow's foot is. So I knew it was something, but I didn't know what, so I picked it up, and she told me she'd take 20 for it. And I thought, all right, I thought it was British. So I posted it on a Facebook group I'm on, and they told me it was Australian and asked me what the heck it was doing in Central Illinois.
There's bound to be a story
So
in
that's
there
how I ended up
somewhere.
with that one.
Yeah, fantastic.
Right? Somebody said that there was probably a swap that happened somewhere along the line between sailors.
Between sailors, yeah. It might have been someone in, because an awful lot of, if it was World War II, an awful lot of American GIs would have been in the Pacific conflict, would have been stationed in Australia as well.
The other thing is service personnel swap everything.
Do they?
Absolutely. Zippos. I used to have a huge collection of American ship Zippos. Every ship you went on to, you got a Zippo.
Yeah.
Got a hat. It was just things that sailors collected, and I had many a hat of them. But when I got arrested off the ship, they disappeared somewhere, and I never got them again. Sadly, I got busted. I wasn't a very good sailor, and after 11 years, I got busted back down to private again, or able seaman, you would call it. But
if you're looking for inspiration for some material, Jesse, which I know you never need, there's Mikey's most recent one. Now, Mikey has gone incognito, I believe, under this new name of his, Baldy's Blades. I mean, I don't know if it's Mikey, but it certainly sounds like Mikey.
Yeah.
And I look good in a Cuban heel, Baldy. Cuban heel.
Also, Randy said when I hit 450 subscribers, he'd dye his hair blue or green.
Randy, is this true?
Have you only got 450 subscribers?
No,
I do not.
He's at 404, I think.
I only have.
That is a crime against
408
and Jesse.
Right, we're going to get these names. Did you put the names? He's going
to
put the links. The links are in there. Get over to his channel and give him some studs. He doesn't want studs yet.
No.
Subs. Give him some subs.
Subs,
give him some
subs. I'm not Judd.
And get him on there. And Randy as well. I mean, Randy does more work than people actually realize. He is literally everywhere. It's just, I don't know how he manages it. Every time I look at somebody's channel, he's either on their live doing the moderating, which I don't know what it is because I never do it. We don't have moderators.
I'll explain it to you afterwards.
I've never had a moderator in all my time in YouTube. Probably because I'm not very interested. I never come up with anything. But since
Slippy just showed up, I want to give him a quick shout out.
No, sorry, moving on.
Well, you can give him a thank you, but do not advertise the fact that he's got a crappy channel somewhere elsewhere, you know.
Well, he did hook me up with this. I bought the little case 33 Stockman from him, and he sent that to me via Thrifty, and he added this in there, the custom SD Classic, and I really appreciated that because I love that thing.
Yeah. And but this is the thing. I think Randy was saying it earlier, is that the generosity of the people out there it has amazed me over the last couple of years, I have to say, and it's just, it never ceases to. But it is fantastic, the generosity that you get out there. Yeah. So Jesse, thanks very much for that. But absolutely. I think what we'll do is we'll move on the conversation.
Can I say something first?
Okay, absolutely.
I've got something very emotional that I want to say.
Hang on a second.
First of all, in the dark, deep recesses of my abscess, it has disappeared. It blew apart the other night like a volcano. And it was the most pleasurable experience I have ever had. It was just so nice not to be in pain. It was beautiful. So, but apart from that, I just wanted to say a huge big thank you. One, to all the people who wished me all the best, because that really just, it's such a simple thing, but it means a lot, no matter what sort of a strife you're in. But in my time on YouTube, I've had some fantastic subs, but I've never had a subscriber actually sent me a box of chocolates. and I got my first box of chocolates. It was last week, and I've been holding it off to this show in particular because I just wanted to embarrass the person who sent me a box of chocolates. Now, unashamedly, this man has got no worries about his sexuality. He is a man, and he sent another man a box of chocolates. So, Justin,
Was it heart-shaped?
thank you. Yeah, thank you. Justin bought me a box of chocolates back from Switzerland.
Nice.
And there's 6 sweetie knives in it.
Check this out.
Oh, there's 6 sweetie knives in it.
That
Is
is
that
pretty
not the
cool.
coolest thing ever?
That is.
I was, because I mean, I've sort of fallen out again with Swiss Army knives because I have no need for a pair of scissors and I can't see the point of buying them. So this is just lovely. I can eat his kind gift.
Yes. I'm just looking after him, Elan. I'm just looking after him.
No, you're
but-
not. You're trying to put him in a sugar coma so you can take over.
Oh, yeah. Also, I'm
Jesse, don't laugh.
You're
Wait
not
for
laughing.
this, wait for
After I
this.
got the box of chocolates, I had to go for my 65-year-old MOT, and I am a diabetic. And I've
Oh, no. I'm
I've now started
sorry.
doing the pricky finger thing, so
No,
they
that's
could
awesome.
last for years. Last week they'd have been gone in 5 minutes. They're still here a week later.
Jesse, don't feel bad. You're the first person to see through my cunning plan. Although I think Sally was here for it too. Oh dear. A sack hater, not so much a sack hater, is it? He just dislikes scissors, but I mean, he's entitled to be wrong. Quite right, Mark. He is entitled to be wrong.
Yeah, but I genuinely, I've got to follow this up. Randy, are you a sack man?
Of course he is.
Why does that? Well, maybe I've got about 40 of them, but I'm not a sack man anymore. They're they're addictive little thieves of your money. Because I mean, I started with one and ended up with about 40 in the space of 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never understand why a knife man wants to use a pair of scissors. I just can't understand it. Genuinely.
I have a Hofferitz.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
Yeah, has it got scissors?
They all have
Yeah.
scissors.
There you go. I rest my case.
See, but Stephen has never been able to tell me how the hell he cuts his nails with a knife. I don't know how you do that without. Randy, hold your hands up. I know you tried to cut your nails with a knife. Come on,
Randy
hold
tries
your
to cut his
all the
fingers.
fingers out. How many plasters have you got on them? How many plasters? You're
I'm
unscathed. Well done, Randy. Bless you.
You
But
can't
yeah, it was
say he
really
tries
nice
to cut his nails. He tries to cut his fingers off.
Well, it's. I mean, it's just an over enthusiastic way of cutting your nails, really, isn't it?
I haven't seen it cut on you for ages, Randy.
People like it when I cut my finger.
I know the views go up like that, don't they?
Yeah.
I got
Usually the people in the basement.
but no, choir.
Now, wait a minute. Judd says you guys have cellars, not basements.
Yeah, we do. I was just trying to be generous because you haven't picked up the proper English language yet. Taken hundreds of years and you still bugger it up.
And here we go. Here we go.
Tomato. What's a tomato?
It's the same as a tomato, but pronounced wrong.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, well, I mean, we say potato and they say potato. Nobody says potato.
That's because most of us are of Irish descent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Randy, he's got a little bit of everything in him. Now that one's going to go
Yeah, I seen
mad
that
in the chat.
I seen that the other week. He had about 10 descendancy lines.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, yes, TK, I'd love to. I'd pay for that barber to cut Stephen's hair with a knife. I'd actually, yeah. I think I could sell tickets to that event, definitely. But
There's barbers in Memphis, Tennessee that do it with an axe and with flames.
Yeah.
holy Moses,
I went to a barber's up the high street here. It was
Turkish barber.
Turkish barber. I've never been to one before. I'm very old fashioned. I just like somebody to cut my hair with a pair of scissors. Everywhere you go,
Really?
Every pair,
Scissors?
yes, cutting hair. That's a girl's job.
Covered in bees and Kathleen. Come on in here. I want some commentary on that,
But
please.
I like
Scissors?
a barber to cut my hair with a pair of scissors because it proves to me that they've done an apprenticeship. But I goes into this Turkish barber and he cut my hair badly with a pair of scissors, then went over it with a razor just to fix it. But the next thing I know, there was a flame by my ear and it exploded from my ear. And I go, what the flipping heck are you doing? That's how they take your hair out of your ear. They blow a flame into it.
No,
I nearly died.
it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Flaming tapers in your ears.
So, needless to say, I've now got a lady in the same block of apartments with me who's a hairdresser, and she comes down and does mine in the apartment, thank God. And she uses scissors.
Just as a matter of interest, Jesse, were those full-size scissors in your big manly hands?
What's that?
Were those full-size scissors? They looked awful big to me.
They look big to you. I believe it.
And that's how you do it, Alan. That's how you do it. Okay.
I guess I could go ahead and show the Irish bayonet again.
I love that thing. I love that thing. Oh, I just think that's class. No. What we would like to do is, because Stephen promised us sight of a new knife.
I'd really forgotten about that. How can I forget about that?
Well, that's why I'm here, because you forget about everything.
Well, the thing about this knife is it's a pattern I'm starting to see more and more of.
Oh, it's a great pattern.
Yeah, and
I like
I'm really enjoying the pattern, but there's always a caveat. You can either buy one of the two of these that are in a different pattern, and one's really, really good, and the other one is the biggest waste of time I ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to explain that. Huh?
You can't use big words like caveat with Judd. You can't use words bigger than him.
I don't even know what it means. It just came out. Alzheimer's is a hell of a thing, trust me.
He's been hanging around me too long, you see, because I make up for my size with the ridiculous words I use.
So I'm just going to quickly show you this knife, and then we'll talk about the pattern and get your views on this pattern. So it is a knife from, George Wolstenholme, the IXL version, and this is made from the Eggington Group here in Sheffield, and they do other brands like Rogers, the two Rogers, and George Wolstenholme would be their the main ones they do. But really, go onto the Eggington Group. I'll get my man to put that in the description. You go on they'll post worldwide as well, but you can get these are handmade. This is the same as Ashley Harrison sort of thing in the Arthur Wright factory. These are handmade. These are not going to come like a Jack Wolf knife, which is just, absolutely supremely made. And not that they're badly made, I don't mean it that way, but they are a handmade knife in a factory using machinery that is as old as me, yeah, and older. So it really is. It was a lovely surprise. I had bought the last special edition. Oh, that's what people are saying that for on my channel.
But Slippy, you would get banned from the sanitarium and into the after dark section for that kind of profanity.
So here's a little look at what it's like in the box, Slippy. This is the back of the box. And this is the side.
Show the lid. You got to show the lid.
This is the side where some imbeciles keep reading everything that's on the box as they go around it, underneath it, over it, show bits of paper. It's a picking knife. So this is my
this is the worst unboxing I've ever seen.
I've never done a good one, so I'm not going to break it.
Here you go, Jesse.
Look at that this is
gotcha.
This is popular burlwood, and an absolutely beautiful. If you can see that,
what kind of pattern is it?
It's a gunstock pattern. Really, really beautiful. And I love the way they've got the IXL down here, the line bolster on the top. And this comes with, because a lot of gunstocks come with a clip point. This one comes in a spear, and it is a beautiful spear. Look at that. But that is just beautifully done, highly polished. This is one of their top of the range. They'll only be doing this for a certain period of time. I'm not sure what that is. I'll just tell you the price. It costs £220. but that's a handmade knife in such special wood. And every single one's going to be different because it all comes from Popular Burl. So it is an absolute, and this is stamped in or heavily engraved. You feel I'm not sure. It's very deep. You know, it is. You can actually feel it. So it's not going to wear off. I don't mind knives that have sort of an etching on here, but I'd much prefer the old-fashioned stamp that's going to last the life of the knife rather than rub off. You know.
Right, Stephen, I'm going to stop you there for a second because we are being completely unfair to Jesse here. Okay, so the reason I asked him to do this, Jesse, and you can blame me for this completely, okay, is I really want to know, because nobody's ever asked you, because all of this is all kicked off in the sanitarium and everything, and every time we're on the live with Take Care or Thrifty, and everybody, you get dogs abuse because of this, and you stick to your guns, or should I say gunstocks, with absolute commitment. Please, please, please tell us, why do you hate gunstock so much?
So, in my honest opinion, especially, because I have a lot of family members that don't know any better. They get a lot of anything outside of a bayonet that is a knife that has anything to do with any kind of gun, whether it's the maker, or the supposed maker, like Winchester, Remington, Colt, Smith & Wesson, go away. Or even the patterns, like the Gunstock patterns, that guns and knives should not, they're different. And other than a bayonet, because the bayonet is considered an attachment of the gun, it just shouldn't mix, in my honest opinion.
A gunstock knife is the attachment of the user of the gun. So that philosophy is flawed.
No, it's not.
It's flawed.
But no. Continue, Jesse. So it's really just an association between of knives, the knife and the gun. Yeah, I get that.
This is a gunstock.
But that's why. That's why you don't like the actual pattern.
What about check?
What about what?
Go, Randy.
What about checkering, like the marbles?
Or the Rough Rider, which I just look at that. That is a beautiful gunstock.
Yeah.
But this one is what I would consider the flaw one. The gunstock is built for its shape. So you have 2 fingers at the front, 2 fingers at the back. But when you take out your blade, you've got another blade sitting up that you have to force your fingers over the top of to use. Now, some are not so bad, but if I have to use the bigger blade by taking the pen blade out, I have this lump of steel sticking out the top that I've got to get over. And that's the difference for me is gunstocks. A gunstock had to be made for a single bladed knife. Now, I love other ones because it's just a very good knife, but I think it should all be single bladed knives.
But
well, if they're not, then they're double barreled gunstock knives.
Ooh, I like it. You've just hit upon a new marketing technique there, Jesse. You're doing yourself no favors here.
I know.
There's a question from Radar, which is
I don't like those things.
Yeah, and it's so, but that fascinates me actually. So it's just the association as opposed to actually you don't like. It's not the knives themselves; it's the association that it creates in your head more than anything else. Yeah, you know what, Jesse, I can forgive you that. That's fine. That's fine. Because that's just a personal taste then thing, and you've got a reason for it. That's absolutely fine.
Randy,
I do think they're ugly.
I just want to step in for poor Randy there. Randy, if you need to talk about it with somebody after the show, me and Justin will hang behind and we'll talk you through how to talk him out of this problem he has.
You send me that one, and I'll.
Which one? I can't send you. I can't send you that one because it was a gift. But I can send you a marbles single bladed one, which is absolutely stunning. And I'll
single
put it
barrel.
in
Single barrel.
Isn't that just a beautiful blade? Now I know it's got the double clip, but I just think that is a gorgeous knife.
Great.
In bone.
I will
bone is beautiful on
don't send it via Jesse. I'll never get to him.
I'll just send it to yours, Jesse. But yours, is that okay? Would you mind posting it on?
No.
No. let me know how much it is, and I'll get Justin to pay for it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But I think, but Jesse, thanks for that and for being a good sport about that. I hope you didn't feel like you were being ambushed.
But you were.
But you were.
It was actually fun.
I'll give Slippy the final word here. You two are going to be going at this until doomsday anyway. So,
what's your favorite blade shape and pattern, Randy? What would be your ideal slip joint?
It used to be the Stockman, but now it's the Barlow. I've been collecting so many now.
Oh, I love it when people grew up in the community.
That's
a J. Arthur Wright.
But I do like the little pennies too. But yeah,
what one?
Gotta be the Barlow.
Yeah. I complete a Barlow is my favorite out of everything. Although in saying that, I needed money this week to buy something I wanted, and I sold 2 of my Barlows and they were GECs just to get something else.
Yeah.
And
Well, hopefully it wasn't that Gunstock pattern.
No.
But isn't that a beautiful looking knife though? I'm over the moon. And I really want to thank Eggington Knives for sending that to me to review. And that will be coming up quite shortly because I have another couple of beautiful knives from them. And this will definitely fit right in.
So Baron's just saying, so the worst knife ever made for Jesse, as he understands, would be a vile Gunstock purple gun, a damn horrible. honestly, Jesse, this is why you and I get on so well, because people are absolutely brutal to us, no mercy.
I will say there is a pattern that I despise more than the Gunstock pattern.
And that is?
The new Case Vault pattern.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
What is it?
It's a the razor pattern.
Oh, I quite like a razor now, I have to say.
Yeah, it's not.
Again, I like a single-bladed razor pattern.
But I'd be with Jesse on this one. I don't get razors as knives.
Look at that!
It's not. What's that?
Yeah,
it's a scissor.
Woo!
I'm still trying to oil it, and I was gonna see if you wanted one of those in green or red.
That would go nicely in it, wouldn't it?
Oh, perfect.
He wants the blue.
That's fine. I'll send you the blue. It's a little bit rough with the dye.
Randy! Leave the dye.
Well, sold.
I'm kind of offended. You never asked me what my favorite pattern was, Judd.
I'm getting there.
Oh.
Talk about being hijacked on your own show. Jesse, now that we've asked Randy, what would be your favorite pattern? The Stockman.
75 Stockman.
No, is that no? I don't know my Stockman pattern. So is the 75? Is it 60? What is that? The medium or the large?
4 1/4 inch. That's the full. That's the large.
That's
stock.
the full size. Yeah. Mine's a large. That one I've got is a larger,
an extra large kind of thing. Very nice.
Yeah,
and
I
why?
bought 3 of these. I bought 3 of these on vacation.
Have you got all 3 there? Show them.
No, but I can go get them real quick.
Go on, go get them because you mentioned a white one earlier.
I'll show more.
White. No, anything white with me is definitely not the right color. What's on it? Is that a design on it, Randy?
Hold on a second, Randy.
Yeah.
Randy, would it go with that?
Oh,
Randy, is that black thread on that?
So
well, look at that. Perfect.
These are sold.
Yeah. The other thing is, don't put anything up there because he has a color that will go with it.
I'll show one more.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. One of my subscribers sent me a big one like that, and it's lovely.
I would love one of them for my Vampire Jack, my Jack Wolf Vampire. I think that would be class,
wouldn't it? Yeah.
That kind of coffin shape.
Sell the coffin slips because Georgia Adventure sells them, and I wouldn't feel right doing
Yeah, but we're across the shuck. You'll never see ours.
Yeah.
Look, who's really watching this that has nothing better to do?
Right.
There's Gadget Gus. Great to see you.
Oh, Gus, you're in. Gus, excellent.
Oh,
Jesse, that is lovely.
Yeah. Flag doesn't look like a Union Jack at all. You got the
And then I got
colors
that-
right. Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's nice.
That's the blue pocket worn bone. But I
Uh-huh.
actually own 6 of the 75s. There's the one I carry to work on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that just Delrin?
Nah, I think it's G10.
Aha.
Yeah, that's the
And
Workman
then-
series, isn't it?
Yeah, the American Workman series. Then I got that one in a trade from Big J. That's my Carta.
Nice.
Very nice.
And then I've got my wife picked this one out. It's a crimson bone.
That one's awesome.
Lovely.
That's pretty.
I love the
Yeah.
their bone.
Really pretty. I like the red they do in the 75. They do a dark red, don't they? And it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is it about the
but
70?
this is a knife I wanted to talk about.
Oh, is that
I've been
the
getting a
Hawk
lot
Bill?
of flack over this one. This is a case. It's a 1973.
Hawk Bill.
Lovely. Yeah.
So we went to that flea market I was telling you about this past weekend, and a lady had this in her on her table,
What?
and I was looking at it from the front, which is this side, and I didn't look at the back. I was just fidgeting with it. I didn't look at the back side of it, and I asked the lady. I said, "How much you want for this knife?" And she said $5.
And you gave
And
her
so
that.
I was like, "Huh?"
You gave her $5 for that. Bloody
Yeah.
hell, seen you coming. She seen you coming.
He felt sorry for her.
That's a heck of a
So I gave her the $5 and walked away. And as I'm walking away, I'm looking at it. I see a $98 price tag on the other side of it that I didn't look at.
What?
Oh, and that's a good price for that.
I mean,
I mean, I would say you maybe even get more than that.
yeah.
Right.
I never really liked them, but I bought one last month, I think it was, an Arthur Wright one,
Just to have it.
just to have it because Beth had given me a pruner. You know, the Ashley's Way Apprentice. I've got a pruner knife, which I don't like sway back handles, just don't like them. Not for everyday EDC. If you're whittling, yes, but so I got this one in the Stag. You know, unless I'm going to take up carpets or something, because this would be super for carpets. Really would be super for carpets or lino.
It's made for gardening.
Yeah.
Jane would have a ball with that one.
Uh-huh.
It's just great for cutting things like corn or things with particularly heavy stems and things like
Stems,
that. Just to get them down, it'd be great for pruning. That's
That is
another
a-
nice one.
Oh, that's nice too.
Oh, we're getting into the full Hawkbill action. Woo! What we
Oh,
need is some
that's a
dog.
GEC.
Yeah.
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 My favorite Hawk bolt is that one.
Oh, on the
that's
harvester.
cool.
No, the SA2.
Oh, the two. Yes, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's
It's so that blade is so thin. It's actively dangerous. You know, it's
Great for
That-
pack.
there's my favorite one of the very similar knife. It's got the electrician's knife on it.
the electrician's
nice.
knife is unusual because it's just a chisel grind on it. So it's a completely different approach to the knives.
Yeah.
Well, here's a Swiss Army knife for you boys that know everything about Swiss Army knives. I've got this, and I think this is just an amazing Swiss Army knife because you don't see many of these to the pound. Look at that baby.
See the serrations?
That's cool. Randy's got one that's serrated.
I got you beat there.
Oh, damn it.
Nice work.
Here's one you don't see every day either. It's a Recruit.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
very nice.
Oh, they are.
Fully
really?
serrated.
This is only half serrated. Yours has got the whole jobby.
Yeah, I got this and a lot of knives. I got like 9 knives for $20, $25 shipped.
Oh, for goodness sake.
There was a $1.301.
They keep on doing it. $5 for $100 case knife. $20 for what a whole package of.
That makes me cry.
Oh.
Boker in there. Where is it at? I found a USA made Boker in that lot too.
Yeah, I'm very jealous because I've got the smaller version of that, which is really tiny. Where is it?
I think.
Well, maybe we can trade.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh
find
no, I love the tiny one. That's not. That wasn't. I want. This is just the tinier version of it. Let's see if we can get it.
Yeah. Which way is the tree? Is the shield?
The tree is standing up as the knife would stand on its ass end. The tree is facing up the way. The branches are up the top.
Is yours a different way?
No, I put it
Did you
on.
put it in wrong, Randy?
Yeah, it didn't come with a shield.
I wonder if there's any other ones to see that have got the shield. Yeah,
they're
all the
facing up.
trees. Yeah, they're all facing up.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah, Randy had to get an aftermarket shield. He didn't put it in right.
I know, but you could pass it off as a kind of as a production line sort of second or something like that. That is now a priceless collector's item because there's only one of them. That's the one. That's the one. Naff off, Mikey.
Which one? Mine.
Gus, it is really good. We've got Gadget Gus back in. Randy, hold on to that one for a second. We've got Gadget Gus back in the chat, so it's really good to see him up and about again. And Alan, it's not the canoes you have to worry about next year at Sharp Show. It's whatever Gus is going for. I'm going to push him out of the way and take it anyway, if only just to make him feel like he's back in the land of the living. That's the kind of tough love I like to show my friends. That's what it's all about. So, Randy, you were about to show us something.
Oh no, I was just gonna say this is the thing I have that's closest to a 75. It's this.
Yeah, that's lovely. The Celestial, isn't it? That's called.
Oh, that's pretty.
Really nice.
It's like that Raffier Noble you've got.
Yeah.
But like a cheaper Raffier Noble, but it looks fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah.
I got a Bowie knife I'm fixing up for Judd.
Show me. That's a K-bar, if I'm not mistaken. Come on. Is that a leather
No,
stack
that's an old Bowie knife. It needs a new handle.
Yeah.
Just shorten it, cut that wee metal bit in, push it up, it'll do great.
There you go.
Oh, honestly, I'll be able to put it on my back, like Conan the Tiny Barbarian. Conanito. Okay, so
I had sent Randy a
up
video a while back. It was a short that I'd found on Facebook. Oh, what?
Go ahead, Jesse.
Hello. Oh, I had sent Randy a short a while back that I'd found on Facebook. It's this guy I follow. He's a comedian. He had went to Bristol Motor Speedway, and there's this little person there that had handed him this gladiator sword, and this little person had the gladiator sword in his hands like this, and he said, "Here, Justin," which the other guy's name is Justin. He said, "Can you hold this for me?" So when Justin took it, he was holding it like this.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Randy. I said, "You need to find a way to send that to Judd."
Definitely. The thing that's weird, Jesse, is that your cat is in the background and its tail is wagging, and the two of us are going,
I thought it was a snake going up your wall.
Or something about to go for you. It's the weirdest effect going on. But lads, we're coming to the end of our hour. And I just before we finish, any parting messages that you'd like to share with this shower, this bunch of ne'er-do-wells and strange folk. I hesitate to use the word weirdo.
Remind them that their names, their channels are up on our.
Yep. If you feedback through the chat, what I'll do is I'll put the links to Jesse and Randy's channels in the chat again, so that you can go subscribe to this after you've liked this one, of course. Jesse is the best man in the world for for poking everybody in the chat that press the like button. But it's been an absolute pleasure having you guys here. Any parting thoughts before you go?
Oh, it's fun talking with you guys. I love everyone in the chat, and that's awesome. Subs, and you're at 408 now, Jesse, I think. So you got some more subs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, give him some more, for goodness sake. And if you're watching this tomorrow, do it then, and the day after, and the day after.
Absolutely.
Give him the sub.
Let's get this man past the 450 and on to the 500. Let's get him there.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a giveaway at 500 subs.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't forget who pushed you over it. I mean, come on, with the giveaway thing.
He's had 3 subs.
But I will say this, like I said, this is something I wanted to do since I started watching you guys. As far as parting words of wisdom, don't drink coffee. It stunts your growth. You'll be like we Judd. Other than that, thanks for having me on the show because I really wanted to be on a live with you guys.
No, it's been a pleasure.
I hope it's lived up to the expectation. I doubt it, but I hope. I hope. Jesse, absolute pleasure.
Yes, and I enjoy your channel as well. I'm a very lazy watcher. I would very rarely miss what's going on in your channel, but I just flick from one to the other. And because I'm not very good technically, as it's coming to the end of a video, I hit on the next one so I don't have to do anything technical. So I never get the right comments on most things I watch. I'm terrible. So my hands up. I am useless, but I do watch.
Randy, as always, as the nicest man on YouTube, that is your official title. You are always welcome on the show, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you on again.
Just Randy.
Well, no, I'm talking. I've already said thank you to Jesse.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel left out. Look at him, his tears. That's not laughing.
He's tough. He can handle it. And he knows that Randy's the popular one anyway. So I mean, it's like we all know that Randy's the popular one. He's the one we're chasing. What can I say? But boys, thanks a million.
Randy, be scared. I got chocolates.
Yeah, if he gives me a blue slip, I'll send him all the chocolate he needs.
Would you ask him for about 15?
I'll take 15. I've got 15 knives.
Judge's just setting it up. Judge's just setting it up after he kills you. After he takes you out with the chocolate, he's gonna have Randy be his new guest or his new co-host.
Yeah. And you know that means that Randy's going to have to take care of you, Jesse. So I mean, no bets are off.
I feel so.
Well, there's actually running jokes about that on Discord. So
I know that's a scary place. That is a scary place. It really is. Boys, thank you very much. Won't keep you back, but it's been an absolute pleasure.
And we'll do it again.
And we will definitely do it again. Take it easy and good luck with the show tonight.
Or
next week.
Oh, sorry, your show's on tonight or next week?
2 hours.
In 2 hours?
2 hours. Their show is on tonight, and it's called.
I can't ever
SHTF right. Apocalyptic Invasion EDC show.
You can video that and replay it at any time. It's like a case knife definition.
Boys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys in the chat, ladies in the chat, and of course, Spiros. Beautiful to see you all, and thanks very much for joining us again. Yeah. Next week, we have Xing Chan, who's a custom maker here in the UK and England, who'll be a very interesting chat with. He's a self-taught knife maker. He'd been making knives sort of from a youngster up, but once he went to university and all, things don't get put on hold. Then he had a good job, and he got made redundant, and he decided, I'm just going to have a go at doing this full time. And 15 years still later, he's still making his knives. I have a beautiful one of his, and I've sort of kept putting it off because I wanted to do my review of it on the week that he's coming on. So on Monday on my channel, you'll see the review of the custom knife I bought from Xing, and it's beautiful. But he really makes it. He's not just a knife maker that's got sort of one pattern. He does all. He's not afraid to try anything, and I think that's really admirable. In the days where every knife seems to be sort of looks like the other a lot of the times, it's nice to have somebody who'll throw the ball out and get it's something unusual. Stu, I don't think it's the one knife. Just to be clear, Sharky beggar. Boys, thanks again. That's us out. See you next week, lads.
Randy, love to your mum.
All the best, Jesse. Love to your wife. I saw the bag that you made for her, and I wish her a happy birthday.
His wife's too young for me.
Of course she is. Everybody's too young for you, you dinosaur. Adios, muchachos.